Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 3 o'clock. It is Monday. I'm streaming right now because I'm not sure what this week is going to look like, and we need to take as much time as we can to to stream. It's gonna be a really hectic week. This probably will be an all-nighter, so the earlier I stream, the less time I like will have to work into the night, if that makes sense. Um, it's how logistics and things happen. So, um, yeah, let's get to it. Cool, timer's going. Yeah, so it's gonna be a busy night. I think it's doable. I have, I guess, like I don't know, resolve to spend tonight and maybe tomorrow as an all-nighter. Have a nap in between there, and a completely normal amount of caffeine, and finish up this project. The ideal world is I sleep at least Thursday night. I get a good batch of sleep that night. Um, yeah. But in the meantime, we'll draw. I am hyped up on caffeine just a little bit. I'm surprised my uh lines aren't shakier. However, I feel like we'll be tested in a moment. Catching up to the season finale of Golden Kamui, I did not expect that I would like this show so much. When it first started out, it was maybe a B minus, and I would maybe move it up to an A minus. It's probably B plus. That's probably where it'll settle. But I think it's just an all rounder great show. The relationship between Sugimoto and Asripa. Wow, I can't say that at all. Asripa. My bad. Uh, I feel like I would be more comfortable with the show if they kind of like explicitly outlined it as a brotherly, like an older brother type beat. I don't get from the show that there's like a romantic vibe there. I'd be very disgusted if there was. I don't think so. And man, I'm ghosting a lot. I need to slow down. But the humor's there. The animation, it's decent for like. Oh, okay, decent sounds mean. It's good animation. It's what you want. I just realized my light box keeps rotating the wrong way. There we go. Um, like it's pretty good animation. It's not like Blue Lock season 2 or whatever, whichever Blue Lock season it was. Um, or One Punch. I know I'm saying like literally the worst of the worst, but like I feel like with an anime like that, you can get away with like even subpar animation, and everyone will still enjoy it for the jokes and stuff. But it's still pretty great. It has a lot of character. It's the same reason I liked. Maybe I didn't like it if I watched it. Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo actually kind of sits lower than Golden Kamui right now, not just because like runtime, music, of course, it gets 10 out of 10. Just meh. Felt very cut and paste as far as things go. Felt like just a very typical early 2000s anime slash cartoon. However, where at one point was for how kind of weird and independent it was, which I know I just said it was copy paste, but it kind of highlighted the weirder parts of Japanese culture and folklore, from the graffiti episode to the Netherlands guy episode, and like the brotherly love of Bushido or whatever it was. And I did appreciate how they delved into Mugen's character and all that stuff. But Golden Kamui to me, I don't know, it does those things and more. It highlights, it teaches you. I'm hoping, I haven't done any background research on like the cultures and history and things that it mentioned. It's probably historical fiction to some degree, but maybe there's some like truth that has inspired the story. But yeah, so you get to learn about cool things, etc. The characters are interesting. I feel like for the most part, they balance comedy and serious times pretty well. It's I feel like it's the pacing that One Piece should have. You know, it's this tale of this grand story, um, spanning not necessarily the globe, right, but all of Japan and the nearby countries slash islands and such. Um, it's not afraid to be its own. It does have some really, really sick and twisted characters. Um, there is kind of a is it karmic justice? I don't know. You know, to some of these characters. But yeah, very interesting story overall. Very happy with it. Can't wait to finish it. I hope the ending won't let me down. I think the ending's out. I'm not sure. I'm on episode. I've just started episode 60. That has been my main media of the semester, and I love it. Oh, that was a bit high. Should have checked the VP over here. It's decent line work, but I feel like I'm missing something important core to it. I don't know though. Let's continue. We'll wait for that to dry. SQR, wisely put, I do, like, it is illegal that I do the same warm-ups every day. No disagreeing with them there. Let me sin in peace. I need to find the origin of. That's rough. Okay, there we go. Hopefully everything's back. Sorry about that. Wow. It seems so YouTube will like stop if the stream stops, so I caught it at just the right time. Hopefully we're back. Unstable, you're lying to me, Twitch. Let's refresh. Hopefully it's not too bad. Why did you do that? I've been doing a lot of sandboxing and stuff. Is like VirtualBox still open? Did it eat up all my RAM or something? Oh, WSL is taking up so much. I guess we shut up. I don't want to shut down WSL. We'll shut down WSL. Access denied. Oh, screw you, dude. Okay, fine. We won't shut down WSL. I don't want to deal with that. It doesn't look like anything else is open. My Docker stuff may be still messing with the system. Yeah, who cares? We'll finish our warm-up. That happened suspiciously close to when the timer would have gone off for the stream. So I'll pay attention to that as we go on. That was a really large degree. Decent control though. I'm relatively happy with that. Let's do an ellipse down here. Not the best control. Should have ghosted more. Get that tattooed on my wrist. That could be so easily taken out of context, though. You see someone's like wrist in public and just should have ghosted more. Like, you ghost people? What does that mean? That was decent. Okay, I think that counts as a warm up. I'm gonna go look at things on OBS. Make sure it's not crapping itself again. I think we're good everywhere, so that's nice. But yeah, so what we're gonna do, BRB, you guys know the drill. Come back and work on our little painting that we've been working on so far. So be right back. Cool, we're back. So, let's head over here. Oh, and my numpad, I need to snipe the keypad input now that we're doing digital. The setup, well, I already had this rant. It was made for digital, or made for traditional. And I also forgot to pull up the Proco shading YouTube video. I'm gonna mute the tab so it doesn't do things. Ooh, new Zapata video 8 hours ago, add to watch later. And the thumbnail looks insane. I love it. Okay. There we go. So, I'm basically following in Proco's little footsteps. Little footsteps? That sounds weird. What is this? Oh. We have to decide where to go from here. We're gonna start the timer. I'm not sure how much give. Crit is sniping all of my keypad commands. I'm not sure how much we'll be streaming today. I would like to stream a lot, but we'll see. Let's do some Colu. This is definitely, if there's ever a time for Colu, I think it'd be today. I know we spam like the same 20, okay, the same like 50 songs from both Colu and my own personal album, but what you can do about it. Okay, so Mr. Proco, Mr. Stan Prokopenko, he adds dark and light halftones. Actually, okay, so for reflective surfaces, which even though fur is matte, I'm gonna make it reflective to be skin-like. He does his dark halftone and then his highlight. And the light halftone is just the color we've already been using. And then he does the core shadow, which is that thick, juicy part of the Terminator that we love. And then the occlusion, and he talks about how you can make the occlusion darker. Actually, he does, yeah, all that. So, I'm going to operate under. Let's see. Operate under. I'm not going to do any too crazy shadows now. I'd like to keep my value structure rather simple. Because I am but a simple art baby who does not know what he's doing. And you're like, Kavel, actually learn the concept. I'm like, I will, dude. Let me have some fun. Can a man not have his cake and eat it too? What does this world come to? We're going to delete this because I'm sick and twisted. Oh, that was delete all. I'm very not the smartest. Okay. And then we'll include this here. Hooray. Look at these beautiful colors. We should probably organize our paint layers a bit better than this. But I'm not going to. I think, we're at a point where we can just start divvying things up. The hard part and the part that I'm worried about is, we block in our shadows, but how do you blend them, right? We could use a blending tool, I assume. It just concerns me. So this is a lot to think about at once, so we're just going to focus about, actually, wait. I think Mr. Stan Prokopenko. You vex me. I probably shouldn't say that. You're epic. Thank you for all these free learning materials that are extremely high quality and has changed the course of not only my own life, but many others. Okay, we're safe. Now I can insult him. Because halftones count as part of the life. Okay, I take it all back. I'm sorry, I retract my statement, Mr. Proko. Yeah, so he's including, or not just he, but I guess this is like the paradigm. Lights, or like he had our original shadow here, right? But this value pops in, and you're like, what the hell? These are the halftones. I drew this assuming halftones were part of the shadow family, but they're actually part of the light family, which makes sense because the darkest part of the shadow, yeah, because like right here this makes sense, right? No photon from this light source can reach this plane, but right here it definitely can. Or I guess this is the projected one, so all of this would be pretty much halftones. Oh, let's see. The gradation, right? The transition between like the planes is actually gonna be really sharp. So we don't need that many halftones right here. In fact, we can jump almost immediately to the core shadow for a nice terminator right here. Um, but we're only gonna work on one value at a time, so I would rather work uh on that halftone and then worry about things. So where would we see halftones? You know, this is going to be our gradient. We definitely see one starting right here. You know, as this form bends away from us, like this is, I don't know, the equator, the meridian of like the spherical form that exists in the Jiao, right? But like as we turn away from the light source, the infinitely small planes turning on the surface of the sphere are going to receive less and less light directly. So that will introduce a smaller halftone right here. I wish I could name these better. Oh, oops. Why can I not do? Am I high? It is 420, by the way, so that could be a factor. No. Paint 4. This we'll just leave a note. Can you leave notes on layers? I wonder. Not really. That'd be a bit neurotic. So, we'll just say this is halftone. We're adding halftones here. And we're only adding one, like I said. So yeah, we'll probably see some right here. The nose. That's tough. Hair. This is where having a reference will come in handy for how people do some of this. So let's look on Pinterest. Oh, Kavel, you're not doing 50%. No, I forgot my Pinterest is in a mood right now. Let's do like values, I guess. No, it's giving me like like ethical values, which hey, you know what? I asked for that, but like let's learn to control your values. Read on for expert advice. Blocking the shadow shape, we've done that. Observing value shapes, we kind of did that. We're not doing much observation though. This is off the dome. See, I'd rather something like this as a reference. Okay, that is not what I want. What? Hello? I want to paste it. Oh. I swear, guys, I'm not high. This is from Pinterest. I will try to find the original artist, and if I do, you can find it in the YouTube description once the stream is over. So we're kind of at this stage. Technically, I mean, what's the difference between these two? This value actually seems darker. They added in a simple highlight right here. Did they soften? Yes, they softened some of the edges. Or they just, maybe not. Because it's also soft right here. It's just harder to see that, so maybe they didn't. I guess the change here is they just darkened this value, added the highlight, and added the background. Right here, they start to do the form shadows. Or I want to use the drawbox terminology. I guess it's not drawbox terminology specifically, but I want to use the form shadows. It's always a good feeling. I don't mean this in a mean way at all. When two of your friends send you the same tweet, because that means like they get you, and it makes me feel good. Yes, we have some very simple form shadow are halftones. I need to get used to this vocabulary. Very simple those. Nothing is extremely dark in here. In fact, I wouldn't say there's any darker values being added. Maybe right here, right? What brush is this? Do they ever do like smudge tool? I guess yeah. Let's do a different brush from here on out. I hate to do it, but let's do some brush exploring. Let me do some googling. Let's see. Krita brush best for painting values. Pencil 6 quick shade. Someone says on Reddit. Pencil 6. Am I high? Where's the pencil category? And we'll just do that and search for it. Pencil, this one? I don't even have my drawing tablet out. I was not ready for stream today. Let's see. Let's see if this person is spitting facts. Let's also include this so in our light family. I'm gonna go right here. That will be as part of our light family. This shall be halftone 1. Light family, halftone 1. I like that. We'll also grab the highlight while we're at it. Hello? Oh, I locked it. Oops. This is highlight. And we'll do a core shadow right here. Delete that. Okay. This will be core shadow. Nice. Now we can lock it. So yeah, we have these halftones we want to work with, and we have this brush. Let's see. I don't like the texture though. The AI overview, which I hate to listen to, says basic 2. Which I mean, I don't like how it's additive though. That's like the last thing I want. Oh wait, no, it's just doing that. Okay. This may be the move. I hate to listen to the AI overview by principle, but like the opacity does kind of bother me though. But like this does have a lot of opacity changes, but it's more smooth, right? That's what vexes me. Oh, what is your favorite most used critter brush? Never mind. Wait, wow, wet bristles rough. This person says, I can actually kind of get behind that if it was just less textured. I know I can edit my own. Wait, is it kind of like smearing? That is so gangster. Because like if I go back now, that is so cool. I don't like the rough as much as this, but like that's kind of so I can like, dude, that is really cool. I kind of it's tough to work with, but it really helps you blend a little bit. Because like I could do these smaller things, and then like when I want to merge it, I can just do this a little bit. That is really cool. I kind of want to mess with that. Okay, let's see what other people have to say. Basic 5 size. If you want to mimic this art style, Glub Glub. That is Glub Glub has a very cool art style, I must say, but that's not necessarily what I'm going for. This is kind of the for painting value. This is the like example of what it looks like a completely normal drawing session for me. This is what it is. Yo, Dio, what's up? I was looking at chat. Rise, you sent that. That is perfect timing. How's it going? I guess they kind of painted over some of the lines that were dividing things too, a little bit. No, that really only happens here. Not even there. Just like right here. You're bored? Sorry to hear, Dio. Are you feeling better today? I feel like we go through the same rigmarole every day of, I'm bored. You feeling any better? Yeah. I feel that. Airbrush for smooth gradients, wet bristle, rough for textured blending. Basic 5. Have you been showing any progress in terms of recovery? I don't want the opacity, but I do. What is basic flow? How does that differ from the one I just used? I'm confused. Basic Nito. I made that one the other day. I can't remember why. Yeah, we're trying to figure out different types of brushes, but I have no idea. And I can't find many helpful resources other than YouTube videos, and I don't really want to click on a YouTube video right now. If I type in the magical word grayscale. Some like to use a hard edge brush with opacity controlled by pressure, like basic 2 opacity, others fully opaque, like basic 1. You can even use more textured brushes like charcoal, rock soft, or smudge engine brushes like the wet paint. It doesn't really matter. Oh god, this Reddit conversation I'm reading, I feel so bad for the person who was helping them. That was a pretty miserable exchange. The person was like, "What should I use for value?" And the person was like, "Oh, here's a bunch of brushes for their specific reasons." Really good comment. And they were like, "Okay, can you tell me what brushes they are?" And the person was like, "What do you mean?" And it was like, "Let me read it verbatim. It's right for me. Can you recommend them by name? I named a bunch. Oh, can you screenshot it on your PC and show me?" It's like, you can search it in Krita. And then they said, "Oh, can you tell me the name, please?" And the person was like, "Hey man, just go reread it." Oh my god, I feel bad. I feel bad for them. I'm not sure. There's a war within me, and it's debating if we use that or not. If we blend it like that, we're just here. Let's just stick with what we know for now. I know that was a lot to like just decide that, but let's just do that. So yeah, we're figuring out halftones. Let's get started. I'm scared. It's scary. Uh, well, the places that I called out halftones the most is like turning planes, right? So we can definitely have one like right here. Can we do okay, well let's learn about alpha lock as well. I want to make sure I'm drawing inside of here, not anywhere out there. So Krita, what is alpha lock? I've always heard of this. I don't know what it does. Reddit, here we go. Uh Alpha locks will lock the boundaries of a shape present on a particular layer that allows to paint within the boundaries of the shape. Cool. Problem. The shape isn't bound here. How do you make one? I don't want to watch a YouTube video, but I think I have to. Watching YouTube video on stream? I'm not a React streamer. Come on. Most of the time. Oh, that's loud as fuck. I'm sorry. Oh my god, that was stupid loud. Why'd you have that microphone? Your microphone sucks. Dude. Wait, I thought that was just called transparency lock. What's the little alpha symbol then? Yeah, this makes things difficult. Huh. I think we'll just go with this. I mean, it's better than nothing. And then we just erase the parts that spill over, and boom, it's like with the actual eraser tool. So like right here, we're going to see a halftone, right? We're going around. The nose is up here. We can even do that to help us. How do we divide, where the nose is from jowl? Uh, so, we can kind of go here. It's really dependent, I guess. There's probably like math to show why the halftone goes from the halfway mark to here. That's about half, a fourth. Wait, no, because that's like the core shadow. So like here, which is like a third or a fourth even, or like a fifth. Um, so like right here, we're still gonna get some light, but it's gonna be very obfuscated. So we'll just color that in. Maybe a little bit of highlight. Let's see, it's rounded. So yeah, we'll not even highlight, but actually a highlight on the tooth would be pretty cool. we'll just do this for now. Um, yeah, sure. As for the jowl itself, I feel like a lot of this will be obscured, and we'll see, you know, we're gonna see something like this, possibly. Maybe we should stick to the harder shapes. I don't know why, but my wrist really disagrees with that motion. Let's. I'm just gonna block out where the nose ends right here and see if we can do something with the nose to kind of tell the viewer the difference between the nose and the jowl here. Because without the without the ink layer, like what the heck? How do I know the nose is there? This helps a little bit, but I don't think it tells us enough. Try to get rid of all the white there. Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. Right here, though, I definitely know I want to a little bit of this. Nice. Definitely a highlight, a juicy highlight on the nose or something. Maybe this goes all the way around, or like even further. Because like as this is going around, we could probably fill this in area in with the halftone. I would not be opposed. The nose is casting this shadow, so we could actually, you know, maybe something like this. This may be. I feel like my brain is capable of separating light and shadow family, but other than that, it is woefully unprepared for this. Nope, wrong one. That's going to trick me up multiple times. Maybe. What am I doing? Oh. The assumption that this is all. This would also have shadow too, right? Like, what's so special about this part? All of this should be in shadow, casted from this, right? It's gonna be like bold choices are gonna be made today, guys. Maybe we're just gonna experiment with this. It's a lot of value that we're stealing from the nose. I want to keep it. I really do. But that doesn't seem correct at the same time. Yeah, the sharper cast shadow doesn't have much, but like the cheeks, since they're rounded, they get a lot of the halftones. And I'm being a little bit mean to my halftones right now. I'm expecting them to like do a lot more. Like I need to blend them, right? So like these rounded features, sure, they need to be blended, and I could also make it a little bit more consistent and do this. Get more geometric shape. we'll leave it for now, but I don't believe in it. This part of the face is very round, right? So I would imagine, um, this will be darker cast shadow, but this, I feel like we're gonna see a bit of more of that round shape. So we'd do something like this. Possibly. Can't forget that. Oh yeah, we do have the brow here, so we can. I feel like we're warranted in kind of highlighting the edge of that. Nice. Fill that in a bit. Will hair like this, um, I'd say like maybe if we really wanted to make it have that round feeling, we could do something like this. The ears I feel like are a great opportunity to do some of the shadow. Also, did I modify the cast shadow on the ear? I didn't. Or maybe I didn't. No, I just modified all that. Interesting. For the better, in my opinion, but let's see how this is doing. Looks rough. Fuck. We'll keep at it. Trust, I guess? We're gonna trust the process here, but I really don't know. Mm. Feel like we could do. Oh, you can't really see the form underneath the brow. You can kind of see the form underneath the eye, though. That the eyelid. Keep switching to highlight. We don't need that for the eyes. And we'll go a bit over here, right? Correct it. Oh, I keep doing that. That's how you can tell my sense of value is borked. We do that over here, possibly. Then again, yeah, you won't really see the under part that much. Because, like, that's turning away. This is at us. So we can maybe see this. That looks dumb. I'm gonna focus on big shapes for now. If we did some right here at the nose, the problem area. Same thing for the ear. Let's do the ear because that one's the I feel like I could be the most confident with, possibly, mayhaps. We're also, oh, give me a quick second. We're back. Also, we've discovered one of the areas where I painted over the bounds, which I don't think is the end of the world, but kind of want to just copy this. Yo, what's up, bear? I'm suffering. How do you do this? Hope your day's going well so far. Taking a break from grooming your dog's fur. You've been tending well to your dogs over the past couple days. Shout out. I hope they are doing well. Chat is non-existent. This is true. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's because I broke my thing like 80 times. I could probably fix it. Here, wait. Yeah, the OBS, and I hope I'm not jinxing it now, kind of shat itself. So let's see if it's working now. There we go. There, how does value work? Tell me now, or you will die. Yep. This is going to be a bit of a sharper shadow. Because, like, my plan right now is just to block in the values I think exist. And then if it doesn't work, I'll cry, but also... I actually think this will be here. Not sure if this should be one of those sharper shadows, or we should, like, have an in-between. And then, like, airbrush, like, smudge them all. Uh-oh. Seems we are both lost on this one. I have some like occlusion shadows, which I know should technically be a different color, but I just want to see what happens. If I draw over it like this. Will the whole world explode if I do this? We could do like some of the, you know, like the little molar, or like gaps in the molars or whatever. We can do some of that over here, like a little dent, this. Just kind of playing around with that. Okay, this isn't going as poorly as I thought. Then the teeth do suck. We're gonna get rid of that. That could just be something we directly paint on. Yeah, this isn't going as poorly, but it's definitely not going as well. This, I would like to cheat, and I would like to maybe do a bit of an inclusion here with this plane. My penmanship today has been questionable. I forgot to renew my ChatGPT image gen subscription because that exists. Eraser tool, get out of here. Alpha layer only, alphas only. How are you enjoying your 420 so far, other than grooming the dog's bear? I almost said tware. Don't know why. Currently scrolling through Discord messages. I feel like that is a form of entertainment, especially probably the ones earlier, I'm assuming. Your daily news. This looks so uneven. Like, this plane just looks bad. So we're going to fix that through a variety of means. I don't really want to change this line, so I'm going to change this one. That's better. I swear the colors in the color palette look different than the ones on here. I'm not tweaking. I'm normal, I swear. Look at like this, I'm not sure if this is like a warning. Look at like the joining of all of these, you know, the three colors that we have so far right here. Feels rather confusing. Also, we're gonna shave off part of his nose. Sorry, Luca. It's gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna hurt you. Yeah, I feel like we need to do something to highlight the brow, right? Like because we do so much good stuff right here that I love. I'm kind of lost for what to do right here. Glad I checked. Yell at me, get to work, streamer boy. What's up, QR? How's it going? We are struggling. We are fighting. We are doing our best despite the means. The odds? I don't know. Something in there. And this just don't look right. I like this. I don't like this. Still trad maxing. Do we want to call it trad maxing? Feel like some subset of TikTok already took that one from us. I had to explain to my friend because I only learned recently that the trad wife TikTok. Yeah, okay, there we go. We can call it that in protest. I think that's a wonderful. Yeah, claim the name from them. They aren't using it right. I had to explain to my friends after learning it that like trad wives were apparently, you know, this is not confirmatory, but from the several videos that I watched, that's my source. Several videos. Then again, for an internet phenomenon, I do think it's substantial enough to say I watched a video, right, on how it's like a hallmark of not neo-Nazis, but like I don't know, just like very alt-right behavior on the internet. Which like when I first saw it, or like a pipeline, I guess that's a better word. When I first saw it, I was like, oh cool, people are just like making their own butter. Shout out. And when I heard there's like controversy, I was like, hey, let them make butter. I did not know what was going on. Something is up here. What is happening? Why can I not draw on this canvas? Oh my god, I've been. Why is there two? Oh, I'm a chud. The dubious butter churning. Dude, like imagine the conversations that were happening back in like, the early 1800s going out with the friends and churning some butter. Like, oh my god, this is the modern day podcast. I guess I'm making this a very male-centric thing by saying like imagine the conversations and then saying a podcast, but like, going out with the friends. I feel like we need to bring that back today. Uh-oh. Kavel just fell for the trad wife pipeline. I don't know, man. I feel like it's 1800s podcast. I feel like it's in human nature to churn a little butter. Maybe call me a bad guy. Maybe this is my butter churning. Maybe blocking in these values rather mindlessly. Sometimes we're really focused. Is my churning butter. I don't like what's happening over here, but I don't know how to fix it. And this vexes me. We can do a little bit of this, though. That's the background color. We don't want that. A bit of this. But yeah, give me some menial labor to do with the friends. I'll do that all day. And now it isn't transparency locked. I feel lied to. I guess I'll just transparency lock everything. Okay, that doesn't do that. I don't know what the brick icon means. Bricked up on a Tuesday afternoon. Okay, my bad. Kavel was allowed to speak for a little bit too long. Maybe I shouldn't churn butter. We can leave that to the experts. I remember, actually, wow, this just brought up a memory. I remember when I was younger, my school went to like a fake, I don't even call it, like fake, pioneer settlement where you could churn butter and make your own candles and stuff. Why? Why did they bring this? I remember like they made us sit in the classroom there as if it were like life on the prairie, and we had to like sit, and they like threatened the spanking in the stool or whatever. Of course they didn't do it, but they're like, yeah, this is what they did to kids back in the day, so you better act up. And of course, one person, of course, not me, but somebody did act up just to like test the system, to call their bluff. I'm trying my hardest to like have decent commentary instead of just be like, painting's rather interesting. Like that's just kind of my thoughts right now. Is yeah, painting's weird, man. Going additive. I mean, we've always been doing additive, I guess, in Drawbox, right? But like, this is a different process than what I'm used to. Guess as we get up here, the Terminator will be softer, or not even Terminator. I don't know. Look at all this extra value. Oh, that was a bit too much. A little bit too antsy. Acero head like. I actually learned about the Acero head, or however you pronounce it, yesterday when I was watching a video like while doing the dishes. Any plans on painting traditionally ever? Not really, because it's expensive and very difficult. Like it seems really cool, but like I don't think it's for me. Because like if I let's say I do right and I have fun and it's great, but like I don't really want to do it again. Now I have like however many dollars worth of art and supplies, and the argument can be made, oh well, you don't have to get the nice stuff, and that's very true. But it is still an investment compared to doing it for free here, right? Or for free, $50 tablet, $1,500 gaming PC. It wasn't $1,500. It was more like a billion, but et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, and it's a shame because painting in real life seems like such a freaking crazy cool process, right? It has all the benefits of traditional, and you're learning all of this, but at the same time, also some of the paint just kills you. Some of the paint is just bad for you, and if not, it's bad for the environment. I just don't like buying draw. Yeah, same here. Yeah, gouache. I've heard great things about gouache, and of course, Christian Scott Sava on YouTube makes gouache sound like an absolute blast. That man can gouache. Let's fix this up a little bit. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one again. I can get behind some gouache. Let's do this. In terms of messing up, ooh, I like to hear that. I still will always love and almost even prefer traditional. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like this, it decreases the stress. It's cheaper. It allows for iteration. That's the main allure of digital to me. Of course, is iteration. Did I say alliteration earlier? I'm a dumb shot. I probably did. Um, but yeah, being able to iterate on a drawing and be like, what if it was like this? What if it was like that? Um, while there is definitely merit and permanence that you get from traditional, right? It forces you to commit. Sometimes it is also just good to like iterate. Like, what if it was like this? It's both a creative exercise, uh, and it'll help you explore more of what you want to see in your art. What do we do about this? I guess we'll blend it heavily. This, I say we just, yeah. The lasso tool is, I've heard grand stories about the beautiful lasso tool. I guess I'm not leveraging it enough. I'm too scared. I guess I maybe do my layers weird, in fact. Weird and sick and twisted, such that like lasso may not benefit me as much. Or maybe I'm just not knowledgeable in its strength. I know lasso tool is especially big. I'm not saying it's less big than, because I barely know anything about this, but I've seen a lot of YouTube shorts about people on Procreate slash like tablets where they can see or like use their hands. I know there's one artist out there who like uses the lasso tool to do weighted lines, which is interesting. It's quite difficult, but also looks cool. So a couple days ago in the Discord, I looked at some of PCat's art, and she clearly, for most of her cast shadows, they were very sharp, and then her form shadows, they were both a mix of sharp and no, had a gradation. And like that's, I feel like more of a stylistic choice because yes, while a lot of your cast shadows can be sharp, it just depends on the surface where the shadow is ending up, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just a lack of light. So we have the option here of doing a bit of a gradation for the cast shadows of the hair, or just not. And I'm just not. So that is my 2 cents. It's cool, but I'm gonna copy PCat in that sense, and we're gonna keep our cast shadows very very sharp. Recent videos, frick! I need to watch a recent. Wait, I think I saw it actually. Not saw it, but like I saw it on the TL. Just didn't click it. No, God, my school's emailing me about some bullshit. Not the Pokemon one. Pokemon. I don't know what I saw. Let's be real. I did see something from her vaguely, and I was like, I'm not going to click on that because I don't have time to watch it right now. Who knows what it was? You could say it was anything, and I'd believe you. PCAT kind of made me realize how I probably won't be able to do YouTube as a career. Because like there's that first quote, which is like, she's a YouTuber more than an artist, right? Like she spends more of her time editing and writing YouTube videos more than drawing at times. But also like, in my perfect job, if I was gonna stream art, it would be this. I don't want to make, here's 5 tricks. Not that like those videos, just like, you need to post those to make a living, right? You need people to constantly view your channel. You need views to get money. Oh, I forgot to show that here. I'll show that even though it's a bit late, Bear. But like, I don't want to make that content. I just want to stream and draw, and what people can learn alongside me, right? That's the ideal. And so like either, right, the streams get a lot of views, and thus the VODs, like we edit VODs or something, which I'm down for. Or it just never happens. And oh wait, yeah, this is fine. Because like that means I would just have to be a very interesting commentator on stream. But yeah, PC Crash found back, huge. Not much. But yeah, so the only way like I could probably make Twitch financially work is if I'm like a good commentator, like interact with chat. And the sad part is I will never get enough views, I think, for that. Like to become a Twitch art streamer and for that to be sustainable, I would probably have to be one of the top on the platform. And I just don't think personally I have the capacity to do that. As a commentator or as an artist. Maybe, and maybe one day you're such a great artist, right? And you could do it. I don't know, it just doesn't seem possible for me. Like the ideal world for me is I could be like Zapata, releasing a video whenever oh yeah, new Zapata video, by the way, Bear. I saw it right as I started the stream. Didn't watch it yet. Time to brainstorm it. That's literally what I was thinking about. I was like, well, my only alternative now is to do something like that. It could be a side income with commissions if you want to do that one day. Yep. I'd be okay with commissions, but like my problem is I really only draw for me. And to do it for money kind of scares me a lot. Maybe we could break into the shadow here to do something. Because it can't just be hard value. I keep doing that. I'm like, why make art in a time like this? I know, right? Isn't it? And look at the dude. I love the thumbnail. The thumbnail looks so good. We did something like this. But yeah, like my ideal world is to be like Steven Zapata. I release a video every once in a while, and then like and then I stream every day. And those are both the main sources of income. It's not gonna happen, but it'd be nice. Can't have your cake. I think your commentaries get a lot much higher viewed streamers. I check out how no mic or barely spoke. Frankly, weren't even interesting. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, but sadly, QR, I will have to cause a controversy, and since you're the newest viewer, I do think it has to be about you or something. So yeah, your sacrifice will not be in vain. It will be made to increase the popularity of the channel. Yeah, reminds me of I'm not even trying to pronounce it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I can see it with the shape of the animal. I just really liked the back calf, the shading on the back calf. I don't know why, but that like drew my eyes there. We're still gonna get some detail inside the eye here. I don't know. What if we blocked in the top of the eyelid? I feel like, yeah, there's so much happening right here. It's very confusing. And here's, yeah, this was also another thought last night. I was thinking about this while trying to fall asleep it is, since I've said it 100 times, this is like the final week, so I'm in a very anxious state, so my brain just kind of runs when I'm trying to fall asleep at night. Um, why does someone watch an art stream, right? I can imagine I would watch a gaming stream or be a part of it. Personally, I'm just a different viewer. I'm built different. No. I just want something on in the background, and I find the commentary of Germa, Vinny, Poke, and stuff fun. And sometimes when I look at the screen, something's cool's happening, something funny's happening, right? But overall, I'm not like immersed in the gameplay, and I'd find it very hard to imagine anyone would be unless it's like a very high octane situation, right? Or like direct viewership is pivotal. Um, but like, why would you watch an art stream? I feel like whenever I see art streams, it's people asking questions of like, how did you do that? How do I get good at drawing? Stuff like that, which of course, please go ask people, but like that feels like the main viewership, right? You don't watch you don't watch Northern Lion playing Balatro and you're like, how do I get good at Balatro? Are you making a survey for this? I mean, feel free to always weigh in to whatever I say. This is just what I feel like, right? This is the kind of viewership I'd imagine for an art stream. I feel like you guys chill here because you want something in the background. I feel like that's, your guys' reasons for being here. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Um, or, I've just roped you into these streams by social obligation. No. But if I'm just a person in the background, why the hell would you do a Twitch Prime, right? Why would you give a sub? Which I'm not saying you should at all. Do whatever you want with your money. I don't care. But like, if that's the source of income, then yeah, you're not gonna like give someone an art tip, even if I was at the capacity to give people like legitimately good art tips. They feel like they're fun to tune in and chat. Ooh, interesting. Okay. And I will say, Bear, you are a wonderful chatter. You're engaged with the stream and put insightful things in chat. Same thing with QR, Safi. Kat, I will compliment her ability to be a chat member if I can confirm she is not an LLM. So in the meantime, I'll hold my tongue about that. But yeah, so right now it doesn't seem possible, but I'm still gonna try. Why not? Of course, we're gonna get a job in the meantime to support myself financially. But if I could one day program in my free time, draw in my free time, make videos in my free time, or just like do that for money and not feel a weight that I need to produce in order to survive. Even though that is true, that is literally what's happening anywhere in the world, right? That's how it works. That would be a nice world to live in, I think. This makes him look sad. I think the stream has to be chill enough to sort of tune in when I get into my drawing, but entertaining and easy to tune into when I need a break, which it is. Huge. I'm not saying to say this, but I believe you have the capacity and consistency to build some kind of traction. Huge. Thank you. I said huge to both of you guys. Cancel me. Just cancel me. Thank you. And I would love to. I think that'd be fun. And I don't mean I'm going to do it on my own terms. I'm going to do it like, I don't want to curse myself or I'm making content that I don't like or believe in. That would make me feel really gross. Or like, dude, thinking of sponsorships, like I can't say it. Because like I would take a sponsor from this brand, even though I think they're overpriced and kind of trash. But that's the thing, right? Like then I'm selling stuff to you guys from a brand that I don't totally trust in. I'm gonna say, for my morals, I'm gonna say it now. Michaels, you're overpriced as fuck. Let's get it together. What are we doing? Artist Loft is like shoddy half of the time, and every art store that I visited that's like niche, 10 times cheaper. What are we doing? Just like adding to the discussion. True. I'm just bad at taking things that could be somewhat interpreted as compliments towards the streamer how we do things. I need to be an eternal pessimist. Any take that this stream can go somewhere, I have to shut it down. But yeah, screw you, Michaels. Okay, not screw you, Michaels. If you make better quality products, I would love to sponsor you. Me and my average of 3 viewers would love would love to sponsor your content, your whatever. Yeah. See this? I feel like this shape has to change, but I don't feel like it's good for this. I would take a sponsorship from Statler though. They are a little bit pricier, but man, I feel like their stuff's worth it. Bleh. What am I doing? I want to get the eyelid and like the eye curves, so we're gonna have like it's all around the eye, and that doesn't feel right, right? We like fall off here. I'd say this it actually returns. Who's with me? But yeah, the goal is to in the coming years, of course, get a stable job. Try to find as much time as I can to stream and make that a reality. But also those things like my day is so jam packed, so like doing things socially, which is a priority, also important. Thankfully though, streaming really does satisfy me. Streaming and drawing on its own, of course, does, but like streaming, hanging out and talking with you guys is very satisfying. Of course, that doesn't uh, replace legitimate human real world interaction, but it definitely is better than drawing on your own for most of the day, right? I need to be careful though. I've been drawing too many furries. Not that I'm like uncomfortable with furries being here, but like we need to change it up, maybe just a little. I have been planning a certain drawing that I'm not going to say too much yet about because I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. But there's a drawing that I'm excited for. Probably won't do it on stream, but it'll be fun. A certain anime that I have recently come to enjoy. Okay, I just need to pick the right value for once, please. Thank you. For in part two. Surprisingly not. You're gonna draw a human. I think, it's time to get a little uncomfortable, for lack of a better word. To get past some fears I have. If there's any artists that I really love and look up to in terms of how they draw humans, there's a certain artist on the Drawbox Discord named Soko. I think it's Soko or Sako. I'm gonna say Soko though. I think Rise told me how to pronounce it once, and I forgot. Um, but I've always looked up to them as an artist. They've made consistent progress. They do amazing stuff, and I really, really love how they draw humans. So if there's anyone that I'm gonna like stylistically steal from, it's them. Yeah, they're a hard worker. I really admire their stuff. So this is actually all gonna be form shadow. Me thinks. Go to the Drawbox. Yes. I think we've sent some of Soko's work. We forwarded it. Um, but yeah, you can find Soko primarily in the figure drawing channel, and holy, that's some good stuff. Their figures make me so envious and jealous in all the vices. I know. I think they are a new master student. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen them post about in the new master's channel. And it's not that only one course can teach you how to draw art. There, you can do it from anything. But seeing, I saw someone who succeeded from Drawbox. I picked up Drawbox. It went well. So I have seen someone succeed with new masters, and it supports Drawbox. So we pick up new masters. We could do like a little occlusion shadow in here later. My favorite artist is Not Ankle 2132. Has been for a while. Only posting that went well. Oh wow, this is a draw here. Okay. Let me check that out. Yo, bear, whoa. I just saw your 50%. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, the wolf and the frog. I love all of this, bear. Holy. I love the frog. Please, frog character, win. Okay, that went well. Not a wow, holy crap. They love very bright values. I love whatever brush, this like three-pronged brush that they have. It kind of gives this like paper-like feel to the fabrics. Those red eyes go crazy. This is great stuff. Shout out not ankle. Sleeper, I haven't even like seen them before. Would you say you're going for that anime-esque style? From the drawings I've seen you make, it seems like you're heading that direction. I know anime isn't a style, but like a paradigm. Still, let's pretend that it is. Yeah, Soko. Oh my gosh, craziness. But yeah, Ryoko Koi and Soko. I like Soko's more because it's more, realistic, I guess. But Ryoko Koi's humans are also a favorite of mine. Oh no, sort of kind of recent thing. I think I'm steering away from anime now again. I have no idea what I want to draw. He's the open book. The true. What is the uncarved block in Taoism called? And like the Chinese translation? It's not Wu Wei. Is it Pooh? I think you're the true Pooh. QR. Be happy for your Pooh. Why am I able to draw here? I thought I locked the alpha layer. It's probably because I was clearing all this up. Pooh. Why did, dude, YouTube, you gotta calm the hell down with your auto mod. I saw that real time, Bear. I'm sorry. No Pooh for you. Soko definitely gets across more form and movement stuff, but ankles just resonates. I love that rendering style. It does kind of remind me, what is it? I can't remember the artist name, so I'll hold off for now, but I may find it in the future. YouTube sucks for that. YouTube sucks for many reasons in terms of streaming. There goes the YouTube sponsorship. Not too shabby. We're gonna get some actual some cast shadow down here, and actually I may want to make the occlusion darker. Actually no, this won't be occlusion. This will just be cast shadow. This is all cast shadow. I don't know, just I feel like it'll be darker in there compared to right here. Maybe this has more bounce light compared to down there. So then we can use the darker like see how this one has these are the same color, the reflected light and the cast shadow. We may make the cast shadow darker because all of this is assumed reflected light. These, we can have a little bit of that. I'm really happy with the hair right now. Maybe we could have... I'm not sure how legal this is, but I kind of vibe with it. That's illegal. Shout out those who know. I'm starting to hate this less and less, which I think is a good thing. And then, of course, as we get across, we're going to see, like, this. Go back to groom my dogs, my fogs. Have a good stream, QR and Cab. Thank you for joining us, Bear. May your fog grooming go well. I'm gonna be real, Bear. You got actually no. YouTube would have auto-modded that. I was gonna say you got lucky. Maybe I'll add a bit of a cast shadow behind the. Yeah, I kind of want like this, and then it starts rotating off. like this. And then we can like do a like lights hitting up here, but maybe like that. Actually, this is like if it's making a V shape, then we're gonna see light right here and less light over here. But it's already very complicated, so I don't think we're gonna do all that. For now, I'm just gonna focus on this range. Oh no, time's up. That means I'm just gonna open my Capstone Discord and wait until they message me. To do work. Tonight will be a late night. Not feeling the need for a break yet, but we will maybe have one soon. I guess the things that require a more focus and attention, I need breaks from, like actually constructing stuff. But since most of our time has just been spent, filling in value, it's not that involved. I really need to turn my phone off during streams. I don't need my grandmother texting me about tariffs. Respect to the grandma, but I don't think that's that's something too important. One time my sister told me though, she's like, if I died, you wouldn't notice because you're streaming and your phone's off. I was like, oh, that's true. So now I keep it on. She won that one. This may be a bit too much. It's definitely more dramatic look. Oh, for sure. Being there for family is important. And this could easily be solved with Kavel. Just make a custom notification thing. Oh wait, I like this. It makes the light feel like it's coming more from the right. That is so true. And we wanted it to be up and down. So we will make it softer right here and then the hard shadow right there. Thank you for the input. I think that's very, very helpful. So we'll do this instead of all that. Yeah. Yay. Having it stop suddenly at the nose is a bit vexing. And if we did it right there, that means we're gonna have... Oh, wrong brush. There we go. Have a little bit right here, right? That's supposed to just highlight how like the nose is kind of round. So we could even do this a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it simple, stupid for now. I feel like making the conscious decision to really try to strive for sharp geometric shapes has kept me sane to a large degree. Nice. The lack of eyebrow here vexes me. There's not really much I can do. Oh, jump scare, my bad. This is supposed to highlight the beginning of the brow, but it just really doesn't do a good job of that. What if... Hot take. What if we just fill in everything here, like the concave part of the eye socket with this value. That really actually sells the emotion, but it may be a bit too much. This phone is about to get thrown across the room. Not like an aggressive manner, just isn't like a it's distracting way. And if it was like seeing this, then we'd see it. Mm-hmm. Wise man once said. It now feels inset, but now I have a vision. Yikes. Yep, phone's getting thrown across the room. But like in a non-aggressive way, remember. I just got like the third email about like a end of semester banquet, and I'm like, okay, you're done. We're getting there. I think this is one of those where I should zoom out by quite a lot. So it goes up here, it goes down here, and then we're up. That's like the inner part of the eye. Kind of inventing my own eye here. The ink. We'll move it to the side though. Not looking at it for like a millisecond actually kind of helped me like readjust. Listen to Cat and celebrate 420 correctly. Huge. Of course, have a good one. Stay safe. I should probably check main general. Okay. Wait, I didn't even see the freaking dragon face. That's epic. So yeah, it's assuming this whole area gets light, but like it won't be. We're breaking the rules. We're lying. We're cheating. Because like, yeah, why would that get light instead of this? I mean, okay, that's not gonna have any light. It's being cast over here. But why is that so dark? I feel like if we did this, I don't agree with it, but we're gonna keep it. Because yeah, why would light sink in there from the angle that it's coming at? So I feel like there's something even larger wrong with this. What if I was evil and did this? So we know this whole bridge won't be really receiving any light. That's casting down like this. But then we have the eye, which cuts in, the eyelid cuts in right here and starts creating the top of the eyelid. That receives light. So that blocks everything else out down here. Maybe, just maybe, there could be I kind of jive with it. We can even, we receive less and less light till we get over here. At this point, we're not getting any light on this side. Yeah, that may be a bit too much. Maybe something like this. Okay, I like this, but I do think the expression needs to be changed a little bit. I like this a lot, in fact. Maybe we should go like this. Oh, but I like it cutting into there. Is that really what the ink looks like? That's higher than this. So I guess what we can do instead of tweaking it from over there first, we can move it over here first. We can do don't really need to do it this way because we were just going to cover it up anyways, but it looks creepy, but I mean, it works. Like, that's kind of the effect I'm going. Not creepy. That's not the effect I'm going for. Yeah, do not watch this stream all high. Sorry for all 420 partakers. This is not your stream. Nightmare. Oh, why have I not been doing trip sitter bits this entire stream? Did you hear that? Your parents and police are outside. They wanted to check in on you to make sure you're okay. It's that one video. It's like, I'm your trip POV, I'm your trip sitter, but you misgendered me 2 years ago. It's like, oh, you're thirsty? We don't have any water. We ran all out. That's pretty good. What was the next one? Was like, why do you think it's all of your relationships turn out like this or something? Like, why do it ends up in a breakup like this? Is that because you're a terrible partner? It's just stuff like that. Unhinged. Yo, what's up? What's up, monkey? You joined right as I started doing the bits where I'm at like an evil trip sitter. So like worst time for you to join. there's a videos quoting on Twitter where it's this video of somebody and they're like, POV, you misgendered me 2 years ago, and like they just start saying like atrocious stuff like, you hear that? Your parents are outside. You need water? You're gonna green out? We ran out. We don't have any. Very good video. Top video. Try to see if I have any edibles left. I got my wireless headphones though. Huge. I'll journey with you this adventure. These are about to touch. I don't like. I'm a bit of a homophobic. I don't like it when two of the same touch. Let's see if we can stop that from happening. That's right. We at Kavel Draws. I don't want someone to clip me out of context for that. I was gonna say. I mean, I'm gonna say it now anyways. We make homophobic art. That, but like in the same tone and cadence as the Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We like casting spells. We like making homophobic art. Ignore all the men I've drawn. Kissing. Okay. We haven't done any of that on stream. Yet. I probably won't. Yeah, that's just rough, man. That's not what I want, man. Now this area seems way too open. I'm not really sure how to highlight the bottom part of the eyebrow. But I really don't know how otherwise. It's gonna cast shadow, so I guess we have like, where's the eyebrow? We can have this. Just block that in. Oh, what? Oh, that's the stream timer going off. I threw my phone across my room because I was tired of notifications. God dang it. Ow. Ow. I like stepped on the cord weird. Okay, cool. We're back and I'm gonna take a sip of water. Actually, I'm sick and twisted. We're gonna do a quick BRB. I'm back. Who'd have guessed? Where did I put my pen? Gosh darn it. There it is. Okay. So, look at this guy. I think that's good enough. I mean, it does leave this area a little bland, a little blank. This is supposed to be the ear, but that doesn't get across very well, right? So how could we... Because it looks like he just has a giant forehead. He kind of does, don't tell anybody. We're going to dig this in, actually, a little bit. Bleh. I keep always clicking the wrong thing there. Cool, mayhaps. Show this to your high friend on 420. How do we fix that? I don't know. Part of me just wants to do something like this. But that don't feel right. It looks right, kind of, but it doesn't feel right. If we did it on the form. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe like that instead. Didn't I do this the first time and be like, oh. I don't agree with that. Or this really. Like, how's the light getting over there? I guess if it's going like this, oh, fine, whatever. How do we do this? It's actually, okay, what's causing this? You know, we only see this right here, right? The bottom of the form. So that's technically a form shadow, not a cast shadow. But I don't really think that helps us too much unless we do different values, but we're not. So what if we did something like this? What would that look like? Doesn't really help us. Let's also clean this up a little bit. I feel like I took too much off. I'm kind of getting to the point of this drawing where I'm like, oh please, I just want to be done. Which is kind of good because it stopped me from being perfectionist, but it kind of causes me to rush a little bit as well, so we need to be careful. Me. Maybe like this. We could do something like this, possibly. Even though it's in direct sunlight, we're just going to pretend like it isn't. See what it does. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it, I guess. There's no good solution. And less is more. Cool. Let's do some darker values and we may call it for the day. Let me check my capstone Discord and see how things are going. Okay. So now we're gonna do some of those core shadows we have right here. And you know me, if you don't, I'm a sucker for Terminator lines. I love Terminators. I think this is also just to describe the core shadow. Um, but it's this small line right before you get to the reflected light where the shadow is the darkest. Typically, I've seen it used more stylistically than like as an actual behavior of light. Because like all in here is reflected light, but we have like that darkest part where the reflected light doesn't reach. And I guess in this instance how it works, so maybe we're not using it correctly here. Um, the light reflecting off the ground isn't wrapping around the form to like it can't reach that high at the equator, right? So that's why that works here. Here, uh, um, oh here, wait, let's also make a new copy of this. This will be 5 core shadow. These are our darkest values. Uh, our darkest values, I'd say like I want to do this, right? There's areas where absolutely no light's gonna hit. Or like that's the least amount of light, I guess you could say. And so this is gonna stop light from going like this. We could also just, there we go. I guess it's much more efficient. Feels a bit better. Wait, why would there be no reflected light down there? I'm a dumb chud. Because like, yeah, this is reflected light. Where's the reflected light coming from? Do we assume that there's just like a perfectly parallel surface? Uh, Brick. I'm a dumb chud. So, if it's like this, I can maybe see some around the neck. I did at the beginning of this. We did a lot of good work down there. What we'll do? Oh, we could just not undo all of our work by doing this simply. I did want to highlight the jaw to like separate some stuff. Let's see. Core shadow is where there's less light, which means less photons, which means even the reflected light doesn't reach as much. So like inside the mouth, I think is a good example if we were to pick one simply, right? So like it'll hit the teeth, but it won't reach the stuff in here. So assume for a second that the teeth are like very straight. Going straight from the main light to this, though, is a bit dramatic. Let's see what that does. I'm not sure if I should have big batches of the darkest value. So like, oh yeah, here's a good example. The reflected light won't necessarily hit the very tippity toppity of this. So we do so tippity toppity, dude, shut the hell up. Very tip top of this, right? Yeah, reflected light I don't think is gonna do too good of a job seeping into here, so I think we could also do this, especially the eye. I blew this off earlier, but I'm gonna keep it now. I just want an excuse because I love Terminator lines. Right now we're under the assumption that the Terminator and the occlusion shadow are the same color. Sometimes they're both darker than the core shadow. And darker than one another as well. It seems violently dark, though, compared to everything. Did I sample the right color? Yep. Not much reflected light, like right here, I guess. pretending the eye lands like this. This just doesn't seem right. This vexes me. Welcome back. We're suffering with our final darkest value. Hope you are well. Hmm. The only one I kind of agree on right now is this down here. I can't really personally justify any of these other ones. Because reflected light will hit basically all of this. If there's like a giant wall right here, right? Maybe there will be less like right here. Stretch, we will do that as we think about this. Maybe call it for the night, we're not sure. Hmm. Now it's kind of a game of value as well, right? Because I do feel that like down here it will get dark. I can get behind that. I kind of imagine something like this up here. Maybe we can imply there's some hair here and it's going like out in, which means this traces the bottom of it, and then we have this right here. Well, most of these are actually following this motion. Also, we're going to turn off this for a second. So maybe instead of that, staring at these values for this long really tricks your eyes. There's no reflected light over here, so maybe we could. Don't want a tangent line right there, but at the same time. We're assuming there's like a plane like right here, shooting light at it, so this behind the ear wouldn't get much. This over here, occlusion shadow. maybe smaller. There. Hmm. I don't like it. Maybe this one. Maybe I just need to balance it out over here. Nah, it feels really messy. I'll drive with it. Yeah, guess keep it simple. Hmm. Feel like something's here though. Hmm. We're gonna leave it here. I've decided. Mainly because my brain's fried. So, not in the 420 way though. We're gonna call it here. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Good progress. It doesn't look like much, but it is. Um, this one's getting tough. I'm not sure if it is a combination of me just being tired because of life or the drawing. But however, we will resort to my rule, which is drawing doesn't happen in a vacuum. Things that happen in life definitely affect your art. So that's probably why. So yeah, next stream I want to get more of these black values in and then consider softening a bunch of these edges. I don't really know. I think it's this one or there's smudge tools or something. Blender. How does Blender work? Do I just do this along all the edges? That doesn't seem right. That just seems messy. Who knows? That doesn't seem like consistent enough. Wow, we really do a lot of like I want like one uniform blend in this direction, but like every blend and it's yeah. I want to explore this before we go, actually. Effects, you said. Tools under effects. FX. There we go. Ah, Blender Blur. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff here. That's a bit more up my alley, I think. Yeah, I can kind of feel that. Really push that far. This is gonna suck. This is tough. Holy. Because like these larger areas, how do you blend all that, right? Like these can have like less. You're right. Let's mess around. I'm curious. now I'm just having fun again. Here, wait. This little blending tool. Oh, we need to do highlights as well. All right, let's see what happens. What else is there? Filter, sharpen. What is adjust to dodge? Oh, interesting. So like if we wanted to like add more attention around the eyes, resharpen the edges, truth. Adjust lighten. It's not really do much. Blender pixelize. Oh, that's cool. Like censor his eyes. So yeah, like right here, we don't want that to blend that way. This doesn't, but if we go like this, like increase the size of it. So here, wait. Frick. Additive. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want that. Nice. And then we bump this up to like 120. Yeah, maybe even more. Oh! Is this sampling from other layers? It kind of is. There we go. Even higher. Can we get much higher? Yeah, that's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too little. 250. I guess. That's not as dramatic as I was hoping, but maybe that'll work. Blend test. So we can get like a really small one here. Actually, I don't even, let's do even smaller. What am I doing? Oh, it's additive still. Yeah. How are you affecting over here? You shouldn't be able to. Oh, it's not alpha locked. That's why. We'll get a big one for this. Maybe not that big. Hmm. What am I doing? Oh, I can alpha lock the tool itself? That's like so much more helpful. No, keep that a little bit sharp. I don't think this tool's meant for you to change the like this so much, but yeah, the size. I'm doing it anyways. I know Photoshop has a magnetic lasso thing, and that would be so helpful here. Maybe this program, maybe Krita does. I'm just blind. That's something to Google for another time, though. I'm not too. We're just kind of mucking around with this. This is definitely going to be done a different way next stream. But seeing what it looks like. Can I be like bound to this? Because like I don't want to sample from outside the selection. And I don't believe that am I not alpha locked? Oh. I'm not. What the hell? I don't want to soften everything, but at the same time. Going a bit beyond my means here. The hell is this? This I think is cool. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. TBH for real, for real. And this, I've been looking at this in terms of light, not necessarily like value, if that makes sense. Something's happening. I don't know what. We're gonna call it here. Okay. Already said goodbye, so I'm gonna say it one more time. Stream's gonna get crazy, bumpy schedule, blah blah blah. Yeah. So the stream may say we stream tomorrow, but we actually stream like a billion days from now. Who knows? Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Monkey, QR, Bear. I think that was everybody. Yo. Yeah. You already heard about the stream schedule. Once again, thank you all. Cannot wait to see you guys sometime in the future. Bye for now.